Hoda Kotb left Today earlier this year, but fans have still held out the hope that she could one day return to the show. Recently, an inside source claimed that she might actually be interested in making her return. However, the source claimed that one of her former co-hosts might have some concerns over the idea. It has been around a year since Hoda Kotb announced she would be stepping down from Today. Hoda Kotb had been a big part of Today for years. Starting in 2007, she served as a co-host for the show's fourth hour. In 2018, she also took on the role of a main co-anchor. However, back in September 2024, Kotb announced she would soon be stepping down from the show. At the time, it was shared that she would continue with NBC in an unspecified role. Her final day on Today was January 10, 2025. Former Today co-host Hoda Kotb. Since then, Kotb has kept busy. This includes ventures like her wellness platform and app, Joy 101, and the recent release of a new book, Jump and Find Joy, Embracing Change in Every Season of Life. Fans have seen Kotb appear on the show since her exit, but as a guest. Recently, an inside source spoke with Star Magazine to share that Kotb could be interested in returning. An industry veteran claimed to the outlet that Joy 101 hasn't been doing as well as hoped, saying downloads are flat. They also compared the situation to shouting into the dark. According to the insider, leaving television might have hurt the app. As they shared in TV Once You Leave, you're quickly forgotten. The insider claimed that one of Kotb's former co-hosts likes being the boss reportedly. Kotb also misses her former team on Today. A former staffer was quoted, "She's smart and talented." But the truth is she also had an army. And that army works for NBC, not Hoda. According to the outlet, sources claimed that there could be a few issues with Kotb's return. It was noted that a recent guest appearance didn't make too much of a splash with the ratings, as shared by an NBC insider, Hoda Kotb. It was also shared that one of Kotb's former co-hosts might be happy with the way things are. The NBC insider claimed Savannah likes being the boss, and Hoda's popularity always bothered her. On the other hand, it was noted that Craig Melvin isn't a threat, but Hoda is. The Today Show, NBC's morning juggernaut that has anchored American wake-ups for nearly 70 years, thrives on familiarity, chemistry, and the occasional seismic shift. Last winter's departure of beloved co-anchor Hoda Kotb sent ripples through its loyal 4.5 million daily viewers, but whispers of her prodigal return are now stirring the Peacock Network's corridors. According to multiple insiders speaking to the Spotlight Gazette, Kotb is quietly mulling a reprisal, potentially as a part-time contributor or fourth-hour host. Yet, the road back is fraught with intrigue, underwhelming post-exit ventures, tepid guest stints, and simmering tensions with her successor, Savannah Guthrie, who reportedly relishes her unchallenged reign. Kotb's exit from Today, announced in a tearful September 2024 on-air moment, marked the end of a 17-year odyssey that transformed her from Dateline correspondent to household name. Joining the fourth hour in 2007 alongside Kathy Lee Gifford, she ascended to co-anchor in 2018 following Matt Lauer's ouster, sharing the desk with Guthrie and later Al Roker. Her infectious laugh, empathetic interviews, and knack for blending hard news with heartfelt segments made her indispensable. Hoda wasn't just a host, she was the glue, recalls former executive producer Donna Farazan in her 2023 memoir, Morning Glory. But family priorities, raising daughters, Haley and Hope 5, prompted her step back. Her farewell on January 10, 2025, drew 5.2 million viewers, a poignant spike that underscored her draw. Since then, Kotb has pivoted to independence with mixed results. Her wellness app, Joy 101, launched in March 2025 as a digital sanctuary for finding light in life's chaos, boasts guided meditations, recipe shares, and community forums. Paired with her April memoir, Jump and Find Joy, Embracing Change in Every Season of Life, a New York Times bestseller that sold 150,000 copies in its first week, she's positioned herself as a lifestyle guru. Public sightings paint a picture of reinvention. Kotb at wellness retreats in the Hamptons, podcasting with Oprah on resilience, even a cameo in a Sex and the City reboot teaser. "I'm blooming where I'm planted," she told People in June, her signature optimism undimmed. But bloom they have not, say sources. Star Magazine dropped a bombshell this week, quoting an industry veteran, Joy 101 is flatlining. Downloads peaked at 250,000 in Q2, but have stalled at 280,000 total users. It's like shouting into the dark. Engaging, sure, but no one's hearing the echo without TV's megaphone. The Insider likened her plight to Megyn Kelly's post-Fox fade. In TV, once you leave, you're quickly forgotten. Hoda's smart and talented, but the truth is, she had an army at NBC. That army, producers, publicists, the whole machine, works for the network, not Hoda. Financially, the venture's no windfall. App revenue, pegged at under $2 million annually from subscriptions and merch, pales against her Today salary north of $8 million. She's dipping into savings, confides a friend via Us Weekly. Kotb's nostalgia runs deeper. She misses the camaraderie, the adrenaline of live TV, shares a former staffer. Those early morning huddles with Savannah and the team? Irreplaceable. Her sporadic guest spots, 3 since January, including a July book plug, have been warm receptions but rating duds. The latest, a September 15th segment on fall self-care, lifted viewership by just 3% per Nielsen versus the 15% Guthrie's solo anchors command. Enter the elephant in the studio. Guthrie, 53, the steely Australian import who's helmed Today since 2012. With Kotb's void, she's solidified as the undisputed lead, flanked by Craig Melvin, the affable 46-year-old news anchor, and Chanel Jones. Guthrie's star has ascended. Her true crime podcast, The Daily Drop, hit #1 on Spotify, and she's in talks for a CNN special. But insiders paint a portrait of quiet territoriality. Savannah likes being the boss, an NBC exec tells the Spotlight Gazette on condition of anonymity. Hoda's popularity always bothered her, the way audiences lit up for her warmth. Craig's no threat. He's the steady hand. But Hoda? She's the wild card who could eclipse the desk again. The rift isn't new. Whispers of friction date to 2020, when Kotb's maternity leave spotlighted her as the people's anchor, irking Guthrie amid her own book tour for The Forger's Daughter. A 2022 Vanity Fair profile alluded to subtle power plays, with one producer noting Guthrie's alpha energy clashing with Kotb's beta charm. Post-exit, Guthrie's on-air tributes were effusive, Hoda's family forever, but off-mic sources detect frost. Savannah's thriving solo, the exec adds. A Hoda return means splitting the Queen's crown. She's not eager. NBC brass, eyeing Today's dominance over ABC's Good Morning America, a 200,000 viewer edge, sees upside in Kotb's rehab. She's gold, diverse, relatable, a ratings magnet, says a network strategist. Talks, informal as of September, float a hybrid role. 4th-hour Fridays with Jenna Bush Hager, plus occasional main show drops. But hurdles abound. Kotb's team demands creative control over Joy 101 cross-promos, while Guthrie's camp pushes for equitable airtime. Melvin, ever diplomatic, stays neutral. "The show's big enough for all of us," he told ET last month. Fans, voracious for reunion, are divided. On X, where Bring Back Hoda trends weekly, with 150,000 posts since summer. Savannah's sharp, but Hoda's heart. Today feels colder without her. Tweets, Morning Mogul. Reddit's Our Today show erupts. A poll shows 62% craving Kotb's return, 24% backing the status quo, 14% fearing drama overload. Yet skeptics abound. Hoda's app flop screams desperation. "Don't disrupt the groove," posts you, the NBC purist. As autumn leaves turn, Kotb's next move looms pivotal. Will she leap back into the fray, mending fences with Guthrie for a powerhouse duo? Or nurture her solo joy, proving wellness trumps wake-up calls? Hoda's a fighter, her friend insists. She's not done shining. For Today, the dawn of decision could redefine its light, or cast long shadows.